So here's an interesting fact that
next time.
I almost forgot about Ryan, and I thought about it on the way here.
I'll never
So
forget
his
you, bro.
cat, he's got a cat. Which cat's name?
Actually, my cat just passed away.
All right, welcome back to episode number 8 of
Oh,
Nothing
shit.
Nice to Say.
Snowman.
Number 8 already.
8.
And we have another special, very special
Very
guest
special.
today.
Not small bus special, just like, we're excited to have you here.
His name is Ryan, and we got the usual crew behind the scenes. So Ryan, thanks for coming. Thanks
Dave,
for coming
thanks
in.
for having me.
You got
Hey,
it.
buddy.
sir.
Hey,
Great
man.
to
How
meet
you doing, buddy? Yeah.
Ryan, Jim,
Okay.
Ryan.
Yeah,
Good to
man.
meet
Yeah.
you for the first time.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I appreciate being able to come on the show.
I appreciate your beard.
Hey, thanks.
No,
It's
no
come a
problem.
long
I'm
way.
getting there, man.
Yes, it has.
I started growing a beard a long time because I found out that if I grew a beard, then I didn't have to shave, and it was a great equation that I put together. Now, unlike Dave, who decides to not grow a beard or grow a beard, I mean, you got this spot under here that you got a little too
He's
tight
new
on.
to the
yes,
beard.
So-
my
He's new to the
beard
beard.
game
Is
is
it new?
weak. It's weak
It is weak.
compared to yours.
I
definitely.
grow one every winter. Winter.
Well, it's August, so
Just to, but I start now, so I have a real nice
so you get
one.
that mountain man
Yeah.
look going.
And Dom has it going, of course. But-
So I know Dave through just professional work stuff,
Right.
and he asked me to come on. So before I came on, I listened to all the episodes, and you guys are doing a great job. So I actually brought some gifts for you guys today.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
If that's
Yeah.
okay.
What?
All right. So I have a
course.
bag of treats here.
We will always accept gifts.
All right,
Oh, boy.
so I guess
What
we'll,
is this?
we'll start with Dave. So Dave, I know that you're a big #gym guy, and I wanted to bring you a nice muscle milk. Okay, so
My favorite. Thanks.
All
We'll block that brand out.
Hell yeah! I'll do it again when we cut that.
Yo, you're going to get huge on this show.
I know
My friend Christina like that.
You want me to do it
She
again?
says
I
that's
can-
all I drink.
I can do it again if you
No,
want.
you're
I can do
good. No,
Protein,
you're good.
Protein
You're good.
milk.
Thank you.
So I know that you have some, poopy problems,
Mm.
and I know it can be a little mess. So I bought you some wipes.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
so that's really nice.
Yeah, buddy.
So appropriate.
Okay.
I'm going to clean up real well.
So,
Hey,
man.
hey Dom.
USDA
I
approved.
know that you're making the show happen, but I brought you some hair ties so that you can pull your hair back. Okay.
That's so great.
And Jay.
You can have a man bun now.
Now, may I say that I did not know Jay. I've never met
That's
Jay
right.
before I
He's-
came
he's
here
off
today.
camera.
One of the few that gets to see the face for radio right there.
He is definitely not how you envision people, what they look like.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
What do you mean by that?
But
Before
I
the
had
gift.
him. I don't want to give away any details.
Right.
Okay,
But the
you're
way
right,
that
you're
I
right, you're right.
had him described in my brain is not what he looks like at all.
No.
It actually was a lot better. But I know that sometimes you have some issues sexually at night. Okay.
He's been listening.
So I decided to give you a nice new pair of drawers.
Hold that up to the
That's
camera.
outstanding.
Yeah.
They're
so
America
good.
draws too.
Oh,
All right,
America,
so the next
baby.
time,
That's great.
You got those bad boys, okay?
Put your
Perfect.
protein in America.
I
That's
love
right.
I love it. Hey,
Good
man.
work.
Thank
Salute,
you.
Salute.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Cheers to
All
that.
right, well, thanks for having me,
you.
guys.
Thank you for
Appreciate
the
it. Okay.
Pleasure meeting you.
Very nice.
Delicious.
So Ryan, I asked to come on here because he's probably one of the most interesting men in, I'd say, New Jersey, right? He's got a big network
I
of
do
people
stuff.
that he knows. He does a lot of stuff. So tell everybody what you do.
Sure.
What do you
So I do sales now for a print company, and we do design, print, and mail. So
Don't mention any names.
yeah, no names. But if you're looking to do stuff, I can help you with that. But I've kind of been all over the place throughout my whole life. So I started doing video games as a kid. I went to school for graphic design, and
Hey, there we go, bro.
Yeah, man.
There we go.
So
Yeah.
Designer by trade.
Dave
so,
has no talent, but
No,
it's all right.
this is my talent. Right here.
Oh, can I also say that?
That's all I need.
But you also got to remember that it's not all about the upper body. You have to remember the legs too. So,
Oh, come on now.
Speaking of legs, let me interrupt you. Don't forget what we're about to say. The reason we're all wearing shorts is because it's devil fucking balls hot here.
Yes.
It's like we all tied our testicles together.
Yes.
And
Well, I learned.
wore a wigwam
can I tell you,
sock on it.
originally, I was gonna wear a pair of
Yeah.
slip-on shoes with no socks kind of thing,
Right.
and I was
We're
like,
working on it.
As
I'm
soon
like-
as we have sponsors, we're getting an air conditioner.
I was like, that's terrible. But I've conditioned myself. Growing up as a kid in from 93 to 96, there was terrible heat waves in New Jersey, and my dad
Yeah.
was like, yeah, let's never turn the fucking air conditioner on because we're gonna save money. So
Right.
we had a whole house fan
Yep.
that would just blow hot air into the house.
One fan. We
So
had
you're
that growing up, Jay and I.
So you just kind of sit there and you just kind of sweat. So after
Yeah.
3 years of sweating, you kind of just get used to being hot all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Hey, did you want to join Echo Squad? Echo Force, sorry. I'm part of Echo Force.
what is that?
I
The
thought you said
social
you listened
media
to.
ass kicking
Oh,
squad.
oh, yes.
I thought you said
yes.
you listened to podcasts.
Yes, the Echo Squad. Yes.
I'm still in the military. Delta Force is cool, but Echo
But
Force
Echo's
is
the way
much
to go.
stronger and
You know,
better.
I can make you a logo if you want.
I would like
Dominic
one.
drives. He drives the van.
He is.
Hey, I got a decal guy. We can decal it all up too. So, I've been a big game guy. I worked for a game publisher for a long time.
Like you, Jay.
Put out games on DS and Game Boy Advance and PS2, PSP, Nintendo Wii. So I worked for a publisher that actually did all that. Started a business with a couple of friends of mine about 10 years ago. We did games for the DS. We actually have 2 published games on DS as well, plus a bunch of stuff on the App Store as well. So you can check all that out. Island Officials. We have some really, really good games. Passion projects that we had a lot of fun with. And then we got into web development, app development. So I've been a tech
Damn.
guy for a really long time.
Wow.
I put out a lot of stuff and always
Smart
been
and talented.
yeah, always been like marketing, media, tech, video games.
He's
I
not
mean,
just looks.
It's
He's
not
got
all
talent.
looks.
Not
I
just
mean,
sexy
talent.
pants.
It's hard. So
Hashtag sexy pants. That's my go-to.
He's the total package.
yeah, like Lex Luthor, like
Yes.
Luger, Lex
That's
Luger,
good.
who doesn't look very good anymore now, by the way. So,
Nah.
Old
What are we
wrestler.
gonna do? I mean, that's what's happened with.
but
Too much juice.
but did a lot of stuff for a long time and still play games a lot today too, when I can.
Right.
So
Right.
All right.
Very good.
Well, cool,
Very
man.
good.
Yeah, Dave told me he's got this guy who, is badass, knows everything. I was like, I'll believe it
Everything
when I
and
see
everybody.
it. Now I believe it, bro. Up
He
top,
knows
don't leave me
everything and
hanging.
everybody.
Don't
I
leave me
try
hanging.
to.
Don't leave me
Jim
hanging. You
hanging.
leave me hanging.
Oh,
You leave me
I
hanging.
got you,
So you here's an interesting.
Ready?
Don't leave me hanging. Yeah.
Go back. Hey, how you doing, bud?
Rewind. So here's
Next
an
time.
interesting fact
Hashtag
that
next time.
I almost forgot about Ryan, and I thought about it on the way here.
I'll never
So
forget
his
you, bro.
cat, he's got a cat. Which cat's name?
Actually, my cat just passed away.
No. I just brought the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Way to go,
Really?
bro.
So a thing that I learned,
Aw.
and my soon-to-be my fiance, because I say fiance, not girlfriend, because it's
Yeah.
my fiance.
Yeah.
Right. And, I didn't just throw the ring at her. I actually proposed to her and stuff.
Nice.
And
That's weak, man. That's weak.
Well, truth hurts too. But, so long story short, with domestic cats, supposedly heart disease runs really bad, and cats really hide their health a lot
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Because otherwise
And-
he'll be murdered by the other
Yeah.
cats.
Yeah, long story short, our cat, we thought that he broke his leg, and he actually had an enlarged heart, and
Aw.
unfortunately,
How many
that's
years did you
sad.
have, Kitty?
5 years.
Oh.
His name was Nerd, Leon Nerdo.
His name was Nerd.
Leonardo, I like
You
that.
call him Nerd for short. So, but
After the mutant turtle?
is
that where you got that?
Leonardo. It's different.
But I mean-
Dave.
Did you know he was Legolas?
yeah,
Legolas.
Legolas, you call
Legolas.
All right, relax there, reverse cowboy.
Yo, bro, I'm done. I had a stern talk with my wife. I was like, hey,
Hey, I shouldn't be on top.
there's no reason I should be in the ER every goddamn
My
night.
God. Oh, Joanna, you're the worst.
God damn, I'm
You're
driving,
the
listening to
worst.
that episode, and I'm like trying to figure out how that would work with you.
I'll show you after this, bro.
Strange.
All right, well, that's how you extend friendships,
we'll have
right?
10 kids.
Well, Brian, I'm sorry to hear about
But
the
yes.
cat, but what I wanted to tell Jim was you had trained your cat to go to the bathroom on the toilet.
Correct. So
What?
Just like in the movie Meet the Fockers.
So my soon-to-be wife
making
and
shit
I,
up. Like Jinx, no.
so
not.
Nerd was adopted when he was like 7 months old, and we got this thing called the. I don't even want to say the name because I don't want to plug anything, but it's a thing that you put on your toilet, right? You pick up the seat.
Plug it, man.
Okay, it's called the
future sponsor.
it's called the City Kitty.
Wasn't it
Okay.
on Shark Tank?
It might have been. On
I think
Shark
it was
Tank.
on
Yeah,
Shark
it
The
might
Tank.
City Kitty, right? So what it is that you pick up the seat.
It was.
You fill it with kitty litter, then you put it down. The cat eventually realizes that that's the new litter box, and then there's like holes that you eventually pull out.
I need that,
And then
man.
eventually you pull the whole
I need that
seat
in the
out.
seat right now.
I'll tell you what.
Hashtag colitis.
Yeah.
I will
Oh
be
my
like,
God.
Hashtag poopy pants.
yeah.
You don't have any physical ailments like that?
Me? No,
Yeah,
I'm very
you're,
healthy.
You're normal.
Oh, yeah. I
That's
take
good.
vitamins every day
That's
and
good.
all that
Hey
stuff.
man, I'm
yeah.
sorry about your loss. I mean, I'm
It sucks,
a
man.
big animal lover, and it's never easy.
You know, he was one of
Yeah.
those cats that we thought was gonna be like, you come over to our house in like 25 years and you're like, is that the same cat?
Yeah.
Like ate the best food and like drank the best water and all that.
Yeah.
And but I never had a litter box, and we told him how to do it, and eventually we just pulled the whole thing off the seat, and then he
That's
would
crazy.
he would do his things. But can I tell you, it's all about like. reinforcement and treats, right? So
Right.
like he'd be like doing his thing, we'd see like shit in the toilet, and then we'd like shake the bag and be like, whoa, and this motherfucker would come running in.
See, that's what Joanna needs to do with Jim.
I'm telling you, man.
With
It's
treats.
It's great.
right around here, this area, is starting to rumble in the jungle.
Oh no.
I'm hearing bloop, bloop, bloop,
Oh.
bloop.
Damn.
But I've been getting better. Been getting better, man.
What have you been doing? You changed your diet a little bit?
Yeah, you got to do 6 months, no sugar, no carbs.
Okay.
I've been cheating, and when I cheat, I suffer.
Well, that's
but,
what you gotta learn, right? So
But hashtag abs.
the carbs will kill you.
I'm trying to catch Dave's leprosy abs. Did you see those, by the way, on Twitter?
Oh, I did not, but I saw the baby picture though.
Fuck,
Of
man.
him with the baby,
Yes.
you with the baby, and
Yes.
Dave is the baby.
He's a heavy little baby.
He was a little baby.
That big old head.
You do have a large melon.
Yeah.
So you were part of, Dave told me,
Geek Fest.
Geek Fest.
Yeah, so my two partners and I, we had a business that started off. I'll give you the 30-second, right? So started off as a software company. We made games for DS and apps and did web design for about 5 years. We found a spot in Woodbury that was available, and it was zoned for retail, or it was zoned for commercial. So
Okay.
we went in there and we were making games, and the city was like, well, you're going to sell your games in the thing? And we're like, yeah, people can make appointments. Great. And they're like, awesome, you're approved. So we had a great deal. And then eventually we were like, hey, you know, we were getting really good deals on board games like Monopoly, Scrabble, Yahtzee, Sorry. And then we were flipping those at like other nerd cons before Geek Fest was created to try to fund the software business. So long story short, we ended up with like, between me and my two partners, like 1,200 games.
Nice.
So we were like, fuck it, we got this front end, let's open up a little 80 square foot store, which is like, you know, like the
Yeah.
size of the studio here.
Right.
And long story short, we grew that business into like a 5,000 square foot facility that's
Wow.
still in operation today. So we buy, sell, and trade new and used board games, Monopoly, Scrabble, Yahtzee, Sorry, kind of
That's
like a GameStop feel, but we also sell all the new stuff. So like Catan, Carcassonne, Pandemic, you know, all the stuff that people are playing today. It's called Tiki Tiki Board Games, so check them out.
Nice.
They're awesome. And we
Tiki board
we
games.
took over an old Army Navy store in the middle of Woodbury.
Oh, Army.
What was that? That's
Sorry.
Marines, right?
Who? Hoorahs,
Hoorahs,
Marines.
Marines.
Who?
So we took over an old Army Navy store that was it was started in 1901, closed down, was closed for like 10 years, and then we reopened it, and now it's the Nerd Mall. So it's Tiki Tiki board games. It's Luke and Cage's toy chest that sell like
Luke and
new and
Cage,
used.
there we go.
Yeah,
Comics.
new and used action figures. Novel Idea,
Nice.
which is my wife and I's used bookstore.
Nice.
We also sell On the Record, which is a record store. They sell airsoft guns. I'm sorry, airsoft replicas. Yo-yos. They do board game nights every night, events all the time. So it's really awesome. So
Board game
Sounds
nights.
great,
eh?
man.
Chucky,
So
Getting
with-
back to the roots.
yeah, so with that, you know, you gotta remember that the dining room table was the first entertainment center.
Oh man, it was good.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times did
Yeah.
you sit there for hours?
Oh my god! And the problem is that nobody plays Monopoly correctly, right?
They do
So
cheat.
it's not even cheating. It's not playing the rules. Like you literally read the instruction manual and it says it in there. If you land on a property and you're like, I don't want to buy this property, it goes to auction.
Ooh.
So you flip the card over, whatever the mortgage is, that's what the auction starts.
No
at.
shit.
Ah.
So Monopoly's
Gotcha.
only like an hour and like 20 minutes. If
We're
you
gonna
play
play.
it right.
We're gonna play this
Gotcha.
thing tonight.
So
Go ahead. Go,
I'll say,
how
so-
did it transition into the festival?
exactly. So we went to a lot of shows. We sold a lot of board games. We did a lot
First
of
of all,
video
time
game
out.
stuff.
Are you Flash the superhero?
Why is that? Because I talk fast?
No, that's cool. I'm just asking. Are you?
No.
Because I'm a big superhero
He's
fan.
reverse Flash.
No, see, I'm not a DC guy, I'm a Marvel guy all day. So I'm
Well,
more
I mean,
Quicksilver.
okay.
Quicksilver's your
Quicksilver.
favorite?
Okay. Well,
Is
are
that
you-
your favorite?
Hold on. Ready?
Quicksilver is not my favorite.
Hold on. Are you Quicksilver? Sorry, I touched you.
Yeah.
We're really moist and
You
hot.
know, it is.
The
It
devil's
is,
lair
it is,
here.
You know,
but-
it is
Yeah.
warm. I got a little brow thing going
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
I'm under the lights and everything.
I love it, man. Just keep going. I love it. I love
So you know, we worked a lot of shows and we watched
Just
a lot.
hydrate.
We watched a lot of shows and how people were doing like the nerd stuff, and we always wanted to start our own show. So then, you know, eventually we just said, "Fuck it, let's do it," and we started Geek Fest. And Geek Fest is the celebration of everything geeky. So it's comics, it's board games, it's cars, it's music, it's memorabilia, it's arts, it's crafts, it's maniacs dressed up in like gear and fighting each other outside. It's Quidditch.
That is
it's
bad.
Little
food
LARPing.
trucks. It's all of it, man.
Food
Yeah,
trucks?
You know what I
total
want to call it?
LARPing.
I want
total-
Yeah.
to call it creativity,
Nice.
It's awesome. So-
imagination.
and it's super
Imagination,
family
yeah.
friendly. You know, it's $8 to get into the door, and
What? Yeah,
$5
yeah.
if you come in
Pretty good.
cosplay, or if you bring a non-perishable food item. So over
Would Jim's look right now count as cosplay? Could he get in for 5?
Yeah, he
If I
can get
come
us
in-
the homeless guy.
If I come in as Dave, will
I
I
love
be,
it.
will I be
I love
punched
it.
in the neck by the bouncer?
Yeah, people be like,
Hey, I'm Dave.
Yeah.
Nothing nice to say.
they'd be like, work on your legs.
Just don't do upper body, dum dum.
So we've raised probably close to like 3 tons of food from all the shows for
Really?
the South Jersey Food Bank.
Oh, that's
which is
awesome.
A great
Oh,
partner
man,
of
you're
ours
awesome.
too. So we raise food, and it's $5 again if you come in cosplay. So everybody's dressed in costumes. It's an all-day event.
How do folks
SouthJerseyGeekFest.com. Super easy.
SouthJerseyGeekFest.com.
Check it out. It's the Saturday before Easter and the Saturday before Halloween every year.
Perfect.
that's good
man,
stuff.
perfect time.
Check it out. And
We didn't
Woodbury,
even plan that. We
in
didn't even
Woodbury
plan
Heights
that.
Community Center down in Woodbury Heights, so it's super fun and a great time for
Are there
everybody.
action figures there that I could purchase?
Oh, shit ton. Tons and tons.
Do you
No,
know?
but-
Do you know in
yeah.
Hollywood when you make it, like for example, I was trying to be an actor, stuntman a long time ago.
How'd that work out for you?
I did stunts, but now I'm here with you jerk offs. So apparently it didn't work out too well.
He's my stunt double. They keep
His
his
stunt
face
double.
covered.
So
They just
So
give him the
apparently-
dangerous
Bag
shit.
scenes.
Yes.
apparently,
yes.
like when you finally made it in Hollywood is when you have
Me.
your own action figure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Can you
notice
imagine that though, going to like Target,
Dude,
and
you got
buying
your own
yourself,
thing?
buying yourself,
it's
and you're
pretty
like
fucking incredible.
Yeah.
buying yourself.
That's
So I don't know if
best.
you know this, man. This is our 8th episode, which we did announce, so you know this now.
Yeah.
Lucky
Yes.
number 8.
We've been getting some contacts.
So you make an action figure of me?
No,
The
Dave
harp?
has his own action figure.
It's coming.
We got it right here, man.
Oh no.
It's one. It's $1,099, but you can have your own Dave
Look at
action
that baby
figure.
face. It looks just like him.
It does, right?
I never
Here,
wear my
hold on
hat
to it.
like
Oh,
that.
look at
Wait
this.
a minute.
Hold on, this is
Just
really,
watch
really,
I
look
never,
at,
Oh, there it is.
look at those little baby
Look at that!
calves.
Look at that! Look at the hairless legs.
Dave.
They match the hairless legs.
Hold on. What's his butt?
that is true. I don't have any hair on my legs.
So Dave
go.
has his
Oh,
own
that's
action
good.
figure, bro. So
I like
this
it.
podcast is
That's legit,
dude.
man.
Leave me hanging again. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you're legit now.
He legit
Oh man.
wearing his hat backward. He's like,
Ah.
he's like, I don't
Big
give a
gear?
fuck.
Yeah, look at me.
Good.
I got no
would never wear
sleeves
Oh,
on
look,
my
he's
vest.
got, look, he's like, I'm an artist. I'm a bullet.
The only
Oh,
issue with,
Here,
is
give him
with
the
me,
muscle milk.
Yeah, yeah.
Give him the muscle milk.
I need to bulk up.
The only issue is with me. He's wearing camouflage, and
All right, that's my buddy.
he didn't have a balls ass courage in the world to serve this country. But I'm
Oh
just,
man.
sorry.
That's a whole nother
But
story.
yeah,
Nobody
anyway.
asked
You know what I
me.
mean?
Sorry.
Nobody asked me.
Nobody asked
It's a
you.
volunteer military.
Yeah.
All they
Just
had to
kidding.
do was
We-
ask.
We
It's not the
covered it. We
60s.
covered it every episode, just like you kill Kenny. I always
Yeah.
call him out for not serving.
Yeah, he does.
But
Yep.
Because, it used to be like this, right? And then it got turned to this.
easy.
So,
A lot of people don't know that. That's why John Cena used to
so
know that.
Ryan,
I
you,
know he did.
Ryan,
He
you
did.
said the next Geek Fest coming up is in October, right? But aren't you getting married in October?
I am getting married in October, yes.
So tell us a little bit about that. How'd you meet and how'd you get engaged? Because we went into that last episode
Sure.
about engagements.
So, my lovely soon-to-be wife is, like your wife, is she owns her own salon. She cuts hair.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Puerto Rican and
Oh.
very aggressive,
Nope.
and does
Half Puerto Rican,
reverse
half
cowboy
crazy.
with you.
Have Puerto
I was
Rican,
gonna say,
half crazy.
brother.
No, see,
Brother?
I went through the checklist, and I was like, one of the things that I'm not doing is reverse cowboy. Okay, so
I know what it is, bro. I'll
I
teach it
cut-
to you. All right, sorry.
Oh,
look, I ain't trying to get pregnant. Okay, relax. Okay.
Dude, we can't get pregnant. We're dudes.
Oh yeah.
Science.
Hello,
And
Dom.
magic.
Idiot.
And 8th grade sex education class. But anyway,
Jesus, these guys.
So
Uh,
we've been together for
What's
like
going on?
6-7 years. Getting married in October, which is really great. And it's actually, my wife is really my best friend. She's a great woman, and we're really awesome together. She's an entrepreneur just like me. So the bookstore is her bookstore in Polsky's. So Novel Idea is her creation, her baby. She's a big book nerd. And
tell it again. What is it?
Novel Idea in Polsky's Corner, which
Novel
is
Idea.
the Nerd Mall, where Tiki Tiki and Luke and Kate's and all them guys are. So, we been together a long time, and then, I said this is the woman I need to be with. So it's actually funny. So, like, her dad actually is a farmer and used to grow, like, corn during, like, the summer and all that. And then he would sell the corn stalks. And there was a guy next to him that actually owned, like, he did, like, squashes and pumpkins and all that, and they actually used to trade. So it's a really crazy story. So they would trade, and I took some of the pumpkins, and I wrote out in pumpkins, will you be my wife?
Oh no!
Shut up! You set
This
me up.
sounds real familiar.
So when I heard him say that, I was like, dude, I did the same thing.
No, you didn't.
Oh no!
Liar!
Nah,
Liar! Lies! I tell you, lies.
Yeah, you're the only
Damn
one.
you.
No, nobody else did that. Don't worry.
Bro, you know how much sex I had that night? I was introduced to
Come
goddamn
on.
ride on the saddle, crazy backwards, being punched in the taint.
But isn't that like if you propose to your soon-to-be wife? If you're not getting laid, then you should probably not marry that woman.
Man, that's going down a whole nother rabbit hole. Go ahead.
Whoa, we should probably let's talk
cut
about
Not
that.
for me. Not for me. Go
Oh.
Yeah,
ahead.
so how about
Oh,
you?
I thought you were talking about. I
Can
thought you were
we-
talking about
Nobody wants to hear
that,
about
that
my
guy sitting
personal
over
life.
in the other room over. Not Dom, the other guy over there.
Can we also talk about
Not
you?
Dave?
So let's get you.
Not Dave?
Not Dave.
Not Dave.
Oh yeah.
So
Hashtag
how'd that
not
go?
Dave.
How was?
Hashtag
What was the real? What was the real?
So
way
so it was actually it's actually
gotta
really,
air that.
actually really funny. So we were going down for like a long weekend down in Maryland, and we went down to this dock, and it was really nice. And she had no idea. So it's always nice when they have no idea it's coming.
Yeah.
It was really awesome.
Yeah, but you gave no effort. You're like, here's a doc.
Oh, no
Will
way.
you marry me?
No, it was the whole thing. So
You had lightning
Come on,
bugs.
but why you
You
really
had lightning bugs
gotta
spell
sell
out your
it?
words.
You really got to sell her on it.
No,
Talking
You
about
gotta
all
make
the
an
effort.
effort. You
Nah,
gotta
come
make
on,
an
man.
effort.
Nah.
You gotta be something
Come on.
charming.
ours. Well, see, I did ours.
I'm
we were-
disgusted with you right now.
Well, see,
I really am.
Ours was great because we were.
He
going,
used to be a man.
We were going away for a weekend, so I did it like as soon as we checked into the hotel, we went for a walk, and then boom. So then we had the whole weekend to like enjoy it and have a great time. So we had a blast. So
Eh,
what I
sounds
didn't
boring.
do,
Sounds boring and
what I
not,
didn't
not
do-
really
Oh, that's
creative.
but what I didn't do is I didn't throw the ring at her and said, "Yeah, fucking do this or what."
Yeah,
Like
well,
that. So what really happened with you?
when you're that good
Kind
looking,
of slid it across the.
yeah,
counter.
you don't have your own action figure. When you have that, you can just do that. Be like,
yeah,
hey,
you
babe,
can be like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
I got an action figure. Come on now.
Yeah,
It's
man.
fuck.
unbelievable.
I'm like, look, you're the first in line. Take it or leave it.
You had the red counter at the supermarket. We're like, now serving number 1.
You may not be the first, but you could be the last.
Oh,
Let's go.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, oh, but I'm sure that the ladies are just lined up for old calves over here.
Dude, hairless. He's hairless legs, man. He's got this whole
Lost
like.
Oh, look at you.
I lost it all.
This is dude. This is the first time. This is the first time
You know,
wearing
I
shorts.
thought in the beginning it was from
This
the
is
socks,
socks.
but then it just continued up, so it was just
I
a
asked him
genetic
about
thing.
that.
It
Yeah,
was a
genetic.
thing,
Yeah,
I guess.
genetic.
Yeah, my grandfather was the same way.
I mean, that's kind of cool. I got these
I
freaking
get swimmer's legs.
Italian Polish hairy legs.
Yeah,
that-
you got a lot. See, I
don't have to wear
I've
clothes
actually-
if I don't want to.
Well, I'm in the same boat. So like, I wasn't very hairy. I had like a little like hairy patch like right on my stomach, and
Oh,
then like
boy.
as I've gotten older, it's like creeped up like my chest,
Yeah.
and it's like slowly taking over.
Well, how old
Like,
are you right now?
You're like Austin
35.
Powers.
Yeah, wait till you're 42. Watch the back take over.
I don't want it to back to take
He's
over.
like Austin Powers.
Dude, I got patches from coming out of nowhere. It's like, oh, hello, sir. Today I'm gonna go
Oh,
right
good
here.
morning. I'm Greenland.
Yeah.
Hello.
Now, is that being pointed out to you?
Continent of Australia, mate. It's gonna be really hairy and prickly.
Good day. We're gonna go right down to your butt.
Now, Jim, is somebody pointing this out to you? You're just looking in the back into the mirror.
Both. So I look in the
Okay,
mirror
okay.
and then I asked Joanna to shave my
Oh, you
back.
asked. Oh
I
no.
have a question.
No wonder why she doesn't give you a haircut anymore.
So
She-
you look
do
at
it
She gave me one. This is a new one.
You
Oh,
look,
really?
you look at
Fresh
your back.
cut.
You look at your. Oh, I got a fresh cut too.
Oh, nice. You're looking
So
good.
you look at your back in the mirror, like so. Like you wake up in the morning, you like pop a squat, you wipe your booty hole, and like you do with your little things, and then you're like, "How's the back doing these days?" You're like,
Yeah.
"All right." Yeah, that's like the
Well,
routine.
first of all, Jay and I are lucky enough because our uncles and fathers don't have to wear clothes if they want. They don't have to.
Yeah,
They're
What do you mean?
hairy.
they're like
They don't have to wear clothes if
they're
they
like
want
werewolves.
Okay.
Oh, but
Yeah.
they're not like the
Wow.
guy at like
So-
the flea market that's just walking around with their shirt on, right?
to.
There's always that
They're,
guy.
they're very
Close.
they're very
Keep it
close to Robin Williams. If you
Very
remember
close.
Wow.
what his
Close.
arm hairs look like. and
Yikes.
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very
So-
close to that.
So Jay lucked out with the chest hairs, not much. Like he just shows the abs and the big old muscle.
Yeah.
boobs.
Guns, yeah.
He
I got
washes
I got
clothes
I got
on
a
his
good
stomach.
chest. I got a good chest fro that like stops here. Thank God. 'Cause I'm half Polish, but I've never had back hair because of the Polak in me. Thank God. Now all of a sudden, 42, they're like, "Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Jak się masz, panie?" They're like all over the place now.
See, I, had
Oh,
I had a
man.
weird like nipple hair thing going on. So it was just like this one nipple was just like hairy, but everything else was just
Just one nipple?
that was it. It was just like they called it, they used to call it the flat tire. How you doing? And that was it for a long time. It was like little patch. How you doing? Check it out.
Oh,
Go down there.
man.
And then it was just like, oh, good morning. And that was it. And then all of a sudden it's like,
It would
oh,
catch on
hey.
shit.
And now all of a sudden it's just like we're all gonna hang out together.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
neighbors. It's like
Yeah.
it's like when like Swedesboro had like a development. And then all of a sudden they just started building.
You're the lone survivor.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, in the military, we had to shave our chests. We didn't have to, but we shaved our chest and our sack because
If we wanted to get guys, we had to shave our chest.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong
In the
with that.
Navy.
Whoa, bro, there's nothing wrong with that. Come on now. But our dog tags would catch our
Yeah.
chest hair, and it was like, nah, because we used to have to walk like so many miles
We get the pricklies and
with
shit.
all that gear
Ugh,
at,
it sucks.
with all the gear on and stuff. Remember that, Dave? Oh no, okay.
Yeah,
anyway,
I was there. I was there. In my mind, I was.
So we also started. My one buddy one time was like, "Yo, Garrison, you gotta shave your nuts." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because you gotta shave your sack. I'm like, I'm not shaving my sack. Because we had to go without underwear. Otherwise, the underwear, the elastic would rub your legs raw on how far you used to have to walk.
Oh, because you got the gear pack that goes on your
Wait.
legs and through there.
Yeah, once we got rid of the parachute stuff, that really didn't rub you raw. But once we landed and did our missions and all that stuff, you walked everywhere. Like
Oh, yeah.
we were light infantry, which is
How heavy's your bag?
Man, it weighed from every. Who knows? Probably.
80.
I think all of our gear, everything together, was 150.
Wow, that's me. It's like carrying me
Yeah.
on your back.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? I mean, it all varied depending on the mission,
190.
ammo. Again, I didn't serve in Afghanistan, Iraq, so these guys I'm sure carried a ton
Jesus,
more.
can you imagine that? And like
But-
you're in this room like this, sweating off, and you got all that
Yeah.
gear on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
But
Christ.
so we had to shave. He's like, shave your nuts. I'm like, I'm not shaving nuts. He's like, trust me, it'll. So shave the sack. It's like la-da-dee,
Oh, man.
Yeah, be careful with
That
that.
must have been
Cut your
Dude,
sack.
Mach
It's the
3,
worst.
man, for some reason doesn't cut it.
Really?
Mach 3.
Doesn't cut it.
That is your favorite.
But
gotta
I'll
pick it
tell you
up
what,
and pull down.
glorious,
Yeah.
glorious.
What does Joanna use on your back? Hedge clippers?
She uses everything from dynamite to full on Freddy Krueger.
Oh my God.
Oh, so she's got like claw hands.
Yeah.
Like
Edward
Wolverine,
Scissorhands.
like Wolverine status.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
What do you think?
Shing,
How do you think when he met Wolverine himself?
Yeah, that hair is.
Who is
Beautiful.
your,
He's a
you're
gorgeous
big into
man.
superheroes, Ryan. So who is your favorite?
So I'm a Spidey guy.
Yeah,
I
very
like
good.
Spider-Man a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, that's obviously an
Which
easy
one? Because there's like a freaking 1,000 in the Spider
No,
universe.
Peter Parker.
I'm a Peter
He's
Parker
talking
guy,
about.
but
Alright.
I mean, like costume-wise, I really like Ben Reilly, which is really good. Scarlet Spider with the hoodie.
Yeah.
The Spider-Gwen
Yeah.
stuff is cool with the white and the black and the pink. That's really awesome too. But if I gotta go like kind of off the beaten path a little bit, big Iron Fist guy, like Iron Fist a lot. Colossus is
Apparently,
really,
Jim likes Iron Fist too.
We
Cowboy.
call it
That's the
reverse
other one.
cowboy in our house, but anyway.
I'm a big Colossus guy. Colossus is good
Yeah, man.
too.
Yeah.
You didn't
Underrated.
get to meet Ace,
Like
man. Ace
Ace.
is a big Colossus
Dude,
fan.
Colossus is good. So
Hey, October. When's Ace's in Philly?
I don't know when Philly is.
I think he moved it, but I'll check again. I think it's October 12th. I want to say.
I'm all in. Count me
So early November.
in. October 12th.
Ace Enders, early November.
Can't do
Philadelphia. He's on a
your
nationwide
wedding day?
tour.
Get married.
We got to go. Are you?
13th. Can't
You
do
can
it.
call that off. They go
Ah, you
see
know what?
Ace.
You could push it back a few hours.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go back to this.
So it's actually funny. So like,
You like Colossus?
I bought a couple. So the guy at Luke and Cade's does like wrestling figures too. So he had like one of the guys had like 5 belts used.
Oh, we
So
need
I
a belt
bought-
here.
So I bought
We need
the
one.
well, these are like the little belts for like
Oh,
the figures.
we need
So
a
I bought the guy,
real
threw
one.
the dude in the trash, and kept all the figures, and put the old WCW belt on Colossus on my
Yeah,
desk.
yeah.
And he's
Whoa,
like a
shit.
16-inch.
No
with
way.
the,
Oh, Ace would love
because
that. I bet.
who would be else would be the
Right,
champion other than Colossus?
So if you had to pick one superpower, it would be Spidey's.
if I had to pick a superpower,
Yeah, yeah.
super
Hold
easy.
on. Time out.
That's easy?
Time out. Time out. Hold on. In today's world or the Marvel Universe world?
Just in general.
I'd say right now. In today's world.
In today's
Yeah, I'll
world.
let you go first.
No. I already covered that. I don't know if we aired that one, but
No, I don't think we did. Go ahead.
Go ahead, you go
Ryan.
first.
You're the guest.
Super easy. I would pick the ability for montages. So I would want to be able to do a shit ton of work in 3 minutes based on the song. So it's like, man, this place is a mess. We got to do the ceiling and paint the wall.
Oh,
That's
good.
That's
great.
And then we do like a little thing, and I throw paint
then
on.
you're-
I throw paint on
whoa.
you, and you throw paint on me.
That's-
And we're like,
Oh.
and then boom, it's done.
Right, right.
And then
Mind
I'm like,
blown.
Cool. Let's watch The Office.
I like that.
mind
It's
blown.
very creative.
Love your song choice, by the way.
Yeah. Was that Footloose, right?
No, it's Chili Peppers.
That's
What is
good.
it?
Yeah.
That's Chili Peppers.
There he is.
Oh yeah, Chili Peppers. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yep.
What would
It's
yours?
good montage
What would
song.
yours be, Jason?
I have no idea.
already has it,
Yeah, I
bro.
can't
Come
beat a
on.
montage now. I mean,
He's
come on.
like ripped up.
These are the power of the eyebrows.
Yeah, exactly.
No descriptions
Oh,
here.
sorry.
No descriptions on Tay Love. He's inconspicuous.
But seriously, it looks like 2 caterpillars are like hanging out on his forehead.
Oh, you stop.
Oh no.
Ladies love it, man.
Yeah, they do.
Like the dude from who was
Guess
the
who's
dad
smarter
from
than us?
American
Him. He's
Pie?
not getting married.
Who was the dad from American Pie? Jay? Who was that guy's name? Levy from American Pie. The
Yeah,
dad.
it's not like that.
That's Jay.
Yeah.
No,
Dude,
Eugene
he's
Levy.
like the forehead,
Yeah.
dude. His thing is
He
Yeah,
owned
he's
that.
good.
That was his shtick.
his
Yeah.
shtick.
Um,
He's done a lot too, man.
I think I would be Magneto, man.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
The metal thing.
Really?
The
Because
metal
I like
thing
to
was
wrap
crazy.
that thing that microphone around your neck sometimes from here.
Just Benny just fucking doing. He's like, I'm having a great time.
No, but seriously, yeah, that's what you do.
Yeah, it's
That's
fun.
pretty cool.
Because think about it, the whole world's metal.
That's pretty. Not the whole world, but yeah, enough.
Most of it.
Enough. Yeah,
I just watched
keep going.
X2 maybe like a couple weeks ago.
Not Zimbabwe, but
Right.
Probably
I mean,
the
that's
best
probably
one.
metal.
X-
It holds up really well. So a lot
Right.
of those movies fall apart, but X2 really falls apart. I mean, it doesn't really.
So I was in
stays-
LA during X1, the first one, and we got to do the premiere, and Sabretooth took our tickets.
Oh, it's awesome.
No.
He was a-
that's great.
He was a big dude.
Yeah. He
He was a big
played
dude.
that same actor played Michael Myers in
Did he?
Rob Zombie's
Yeah.
Halloween. Yeah,
Is that who
same
played
guy.
him?
Yes, same guy.
Dude, that first movie,
Yeah.
the second one's all right, but the
The
first,
first one
one
was good.
is fucked up with the little kid.
Yes.
The blonde hair.
That was great. Prequel.
Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, they're remaking the Halloween, right?
Well,
So-
they're remaking
Yeah,
Halloween, but
yeah.
but Disney now has all the rights back for all the Fox stuff because
They did.
They
They
bought-
bought.
yeah, but see-
Dude, Comcast. I
Yeah,
think
but
someone
it's-
told Comcast to come in
they told Comcast
so they can up it.
Probably.
Probably.
They weren't going to buy it.
But here's the thing: is that it's not. Look, the Marvel stuff with the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer, Galactus, and all that. That's all really good. The real reason they bought that is for the Disney streaming channel because they get Simpsons, Futurama, King
Yep.
of the Hill.
Okay.
They get all the animated
Ooh,
stuff.
insights.
So all that is going to be on there, plus all the Marvel, all the Disney, all the Star Wars, all the
Wow.
Muppets.
When is that finalized? And then-
January. It's gonna that deal's working out the legal.
That's my bad.
The legal issues, but it's
Okay.
it's a closed deal. But they're
Okay.
launching their thing, and they just announced the name of it. It's like Disney Live or something like that.
Okay.
And that's going to be early second quarter probably.
Very good.
Wow.
Very good.
Dude.
Dude, think about this. When Disney bought Star Wars, Lucasfilms,
Jesus.
right? They were like $2 billion. Remember that?
Lucas, they got the THX, they got the Star
But imagine
Wars, they
that.
got
So
the
everyone was like,
Skywalker
"Oh my God,
Productions,
there's so
all
much
that.
money." And the next year, they made $3 billion.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
like-
They're doing
Crazy.
too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
Monopoly,
But now
I
they're
tell
talk-
you,
but now-
Monopoly.
but now they're talking
It
about
goes back to
making-
Monopoly.
But they're talking about
I didn't
making-
read the shit.
Gotta read it.
God damn
Read the
it.
instructions. But they're talking about making
Mother.
episode 9 into two movies.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Come on.
Wait, really?
Stop doing 2 parts.
Yeah, there's too
That's
much. And
not
Solo,
good.
Solo failed apparently.
I
The
didn't
box
see it.
office. I didn't see
I
it.
I didn't see it either.
There's
Yeah.
one Han Solo, man.
I tell you what,
I'm a
that,
very big Star Wars dude, and I still have not seen it.
I know, me
Yeah,
too.
It's a big deal.
Dude, when I
I
heard
just
they were
didn't
doing that,
care.
I was like, no.
I like
You
that
know what?
Donald Glover's in it, like, just because I love him. I
Yeah,
mean, all
he's
the
great.
characters seem
Dude, that
fine.
album is his Charles Gambino album is.
Dude, we talked about it like
It's like
early
old
on in the
Marvin Gaye
podcast.
shit, man. It's good.
Yeah.
He's
Get
really
past
cool.
that song they did with all the controversy in the video and all that shit. Listen to that album. It's like soulful Marvin Gaye.
Can you be
style.
any more talented where you make
Dude is
music,
Dude is
you're
good.
an actor,
Yeah.
and
He
just-
directs, he writes.
He does it
Yeah.
all.
I mean, he has
He's
Atlanta.
a beard model.
Well,
He does it all.
supposedly
He does it all.
he went on
he
to
does
like,
everything.
he went on to the Wu-Tang name generator, and that came up, and that's how he picked his name.
Childish
Childish
Gambino?
Gambino.
What?
Shut up.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It's a sick
Yeah.
name.
God
There you
damn.
go.
damn, I love
Boom.
that man.
He's like Cliff Clavin from Cheers.
Get out of here.
Damn.
But you know what's funny? Is,
Yo, Cliff.
you know what's funny is
Our
that,
younger viewers don't know what the hell you're talking about, but
It's
I'm
fine.
laughing at
They
it.
better
Is that-
catch up.
That's
They
great.
better
Hell
catch up.
yeah.
how do you guys feel about the DC stuff?
Bro,
It's good.
total failure.
It's good.
It's
No, I don't
struggling.
think- I
It's
think
not
good.
great. It's not-
as good as Marvel, but it's good.
Is it?
I just
Man of
watched
Steel was
Justice
good.
League
I like
last-
Man of Steel. I'm sorry, I keep touching. I'm a
So
guy.
I
I'm a
like
guy who
it.
does this.
You can hit me.
I'm
You
like-
can hit me, I like it. So there's a couple coming
Only
up
you,
that's really
'cause-
good. Is I don't know if anybody's seen Shazam trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Looks
saw it.
Awesome because they're going off the cuff. They need to just put the blinders on and just not pay attention to what the Marvel's doing and do their own thing. And I think that was part of it. Is that they're freaking out, going, "Holy shit! These guys made 10 years worth of movies and then
Right.
made Infinity War, which you can't touch Infinity
Yeah, yeah.
War. You really can't."
Right.
Well, the problem
Great
with the problem
movie.
with Justice League is they didn't do standalones. You got to
That's what it is.
establish.
No, the Flash
I got to
is
care about this
the Flash
person.
is a great character.
Do you think they didn't do it though because they didn't want to be so close to what Marvel did?
No,
Just
I think
to-
I think they were. I think
No,
that.
I think
yes.
they were like, "Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!"
But I think they were like, oh my god, Avengers made so much money instead
Dude,
of.
can you imagine being like
yeah.
a DC executive and then you guys go go and watch Infinity War, and you're like, fuck.
Right.
How the
Yeah.
fuck can we touch that?
Exactly.
So, like, they're starting to do some really cool stuff, which I'm excited for. Shazam looks really good, and then Joaquin Phoenix
Yeah.
is playing
As
the
Joker,
Joker.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
today,
Origin story.
they just announced that Alec Baldwin is playing Thomas Wayne.
Ooh.
That's good. That's
So,
good.
like, I'm okay
Speaking of
with
that, who's
that.
your favorite Batman
Favorite Batman?
since Keaton? Oh no, we can go back to
Go
The
to
guy
Adam
who did
to
the guy
Bob,
the guy who did the animated
Bale?
series.
yeah.
The animated
Oh, no,
series
you
is
can't
the
go
best.
with voice.
That's
Come on.
Batman. It's Batman.
That guy was 20 pounds.
All right. So what I like
He's like,
is
I'm Batman. I'd be like,
I
and now you
like-
fall down.
I like George Clooney as Bruce Wayne, and I
Shut
like Val.
up.
I like
You shut that mouth
Michael
right
Keaton.
now.
I like Michael Keaton as Batman.
Okay, I'm with you. I like
Yeah, I like
I like Arnold as Mr. Freeze.
Where's my wife? I love her. She's frozen.
everybody freeze.
Oh my god.
Just chill.
Just chill.
Chill.
Pondy Pondy.
Where is Bennett? What's the commando? Where is Bennett?
Yeah.
He took a.
Man.
What do you say? One of the.
Dude, my favorite
No.
line ever, Arnold, Commando. Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
That's what I'm saying. He's dead tired.
He's like,
Oh no.
Got cracked
Where,
his
no, he
neck.
said, where's Bennett? He blew off some steam.
I had to let him go.
Hey, that's he had to let him go.
Oh,
No,
man.
but my favorite Batman. I love Michael Keaton, and then I saw Christian Bale in Batman Begins. I owned it, and then part 2, he cried. Batman doesn't cry, man.
Dude, his voice is too much.
It got worse every.
Yeah, by the
It
third,
did.
he's like,
It
you're like, I don't know what you said, dude. I don't know what you just said.
Then his lip, he's like,
Well, here,
Botox.
my brother,
where is she?
my brother and I talk about this all the time. So he's got like the demo, like they do the montage of him getting ready to fight
Montage.
Bane and shit, right? And he's got like this electronic leg that can kick through like cinder blocks, but he doesn't use it. And then they just bring in like Catwoman, who was terrible, out of nowhere, and it's like, ba-da-ba-da-bow.
Yeah, I think Christopher Nolan was
Come
like,
on.
I'm just gonna let this one go.
Well,
real
Nolan
quick
wanted to
and-
do something else, and they were like, do another Batman, and then we'll let you do Inception. He's like, okay,
All right.
all right.
You know
See-
who might be my favorite in the suit? Ben Affleck.
I
Yeah.
think so. I mean, I think I'm with you on that one.
Haven't seen any of those.
And
Batman
not
versus
necessarily
Superman or
Bruce
Justice
Wayne.
League?
Neither have I.
Batman vs Superman.
The only problem is, watch it again. Every time he talks, he blinks.
But as Batman in the suit?
Yes.
Really?
And it's like,
Huh.
Batman,
mask
when
is
you're
bothering
blinking,
him.
He's a
you
little
can't
nervous.
see the ninja star coming at your face to block it.
But he can also turn his neck, right? He's not like the other guy where he's like, what's that, Dave?
Yeah, right.
He's like, it's devil's
Well, you know-
balls hot in here.
You know what's crazy is that the second Batman with Christian Bale is so good because Heath Ledger was so awesome that I think Batman Begins loses some of its love.
does,
'cause
you're right.
Batman Begins is really, really well done.
Yeah, it
I
is.
saw
Yeah,
both
it
of
is.
Very
those.
well
I like
done.
that.
I saw both of those in the Warner Brothers movie theater.
This guy just
No, it's
name
awesome.
dropping like a
Name
motherfucker
dropping,
over
bro.
here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Hey,
impress
did you know he lived out in LA? Was like trying to be a stuntman.
Hey, did you know
Actually.
I'm just saying.
Sabretooth cut my card for me.
I'm just saying, you civilians were here doing your stuff.
If you want to do reverse cowboy with anybody, talk
Yeah.
to Sabretooth.
Remember that? Did you ever see the
It's an
old
honor
movie
for me to
Mask?
teach you reverse cowboy.
Ryan, did you ever see that old movie from the 80s, Mask? It had Cher in it.
Mask, yeah.
Yeah.
With the,
Yeah.
Oh,
He was a
Jesus
stunt- He was
Christ.
a stuntman on there.
I was.
Like,
Were you?
Yeah.
Were you like the...
I was sure. Sure,
You were
stunt double.
Cher.
No, he was the kid. Mask.
Hello. That's pretty mean.
That was a
for
good
people who
Cher
have that
impersonation.
disease, But
Is that an actual disease?
No, that was
Yeah.
That was like
The
one. It was like the
elephantitis?
Elephant Man. It was like one
Yeah,
person had that.
Elephantitis, right?
Yeah. Come on, Jim.
yeah.
Come on now.
People aren't walking around.
I
With
had that of my taint.
Oh my god.
Elephantitis of the taint,
That's why we do.
also known as the fleshy bridge.
It is the
The
fleshy.
fleshy bridge.
So hey, before we
Depends.
get on to
Is
before
it
we get
smooth?
far into another topic, I want to go into Jason's trip last week. I definitely want to hear about that.
There's a
Jay,
lot to
let's-
talk about.
Did you
Really,
need those
I'll-
underwear for that trip?
I could have used that underwear, yeah, because
Oh my god!
I was
there's so
once
many
again-
I don't
people
think you wore
everywhere.
clothes the whole
Well,
time.
let's give a little backstory real quick to some listeners that hadn't.
Yeah, let's
didn't
do
see
it.
the future
Go
ones.
ahead, Jim. You
Jay
take it.
Jay was wanting to do the survival trip. He was going to pay what, $800
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
to go on
You
this.
did that?
Yeah, I did.
This
Jim
survival
cannot.
trip.
Jim cannot
Oh.
get past the dollar
Hold on, with
amount.
that crazy,
He's
crazy
mad.
dude that's like, I am Eagle River or whatever his name was.
Yes.
Tom Brown Jr. Yeah, have you
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
you see videos of him and stuff?
I have not.
Instead of
Yeah.
naked
Let's
and
not
afraid,
call
they
him
call him
crazy.
naked
I'm
and
sure he's a
stupid.
very good
No,
person.
not crazy. I mean,
He's-
the guy is legit as
He
shit.
knows
Stop
his
being
stuff.
so
Yeah.
hateful, even though it's called nothing nice to say.
We
Ready?
all love him.
Oh, he didn't leave me hanging on that.
Boom!
One. Yeah.
Nailed it.
But nailed it. But I was like, Jay, why don't you just give me $200 and I'll take you out in the woods and teach you how to do shit.
Reverse cowboy.
Since I served in the military, in the woods. But
Yeah, but you're just gonna yell at him and tell him to shave his nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
yo, Mach 3 that shit.
The whole trip started out with Jim offended. We get that, right? We get that established.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
good.
so that's out of the way.
You take it from there, Jay.
It was intense. It was a lot more than I thought it was going to be, honestly. I thought it was going to be, like 9 to 5 and have like downtime at night to work on stuff. It was like
Like a job. Like your office
breakfast
job.
at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you didn't stop doing this stuff until 10:30 at night, like every
Yeah?
day. Yeah, it was intense. I mean, they said it repeatedly. It's like, we're going to make you try and drink from the fire hose. Like, we're going to teach you as much as we possibly can
It's awesome.
in this 5-day
Do
period.
traps and all that stuff too.
Yeah, they taught us how to do traps, build a fire,
Dude,
do
that's cool.
tracking, like pressure releases of like tracks to see
watching, watching trails and all that
yeah,
stuff too.
exactly. It was pretty intense. And then there was a little bit of like spiritual, like Native American spiritual stuff to it.
Awesome.
Like
Meditation in the woods.
we
and all
did
that.
we did a sweat lodge the one night, which was pretty intense.
Ooh.
There was about
What's that called?
70
Sweat
of us.
lodge?
Yeah, so it's
Like,
like,
an
a hut.
orgy? Like a
70.
big orgy?
70 people paid $800.
More than that. It was actually 85. Only
That's
only
crazy.
about 70
This
did
dude's
this
Yeah,
one.
on
but you're
something,
paying.
bro.
Nah, see, it's not that. You're paying for the knowledge of this guy and understanding what it is, and he's one with nature. He understands how it works. It's the energy of the spirit of the forest.
Yeah.
It's all that shit.
And it
man.
wasn't just him. There was like 5 instructors there. There was a bunch of
Killer.
interns there. So they had to pay a lot of people.
Interns.
Yeah.
Interns.
The fuck is
What
this
are the
place? I
interns'
thought it was like
names?
a survival.
like River Walker.
One
and-
Sounds like
was
Club Med.
one was Teak actually. So you'd probably get along with him.
Nice,
Yeah.
I like him.
So you were telling me because I walked into Jason's house the other day, and I saw what looked like
like
human
randomly?
scalps on the table, and a knife, and like 2 like fucking those chopsticks you get from the fast food
You know,
restaurant.
get out of the house.
No, I was like, dude, what is this? Is that human hair? He's like, no, man. It's what'd you say it was?
Jute.
Jute.
It's like it looks like just
like
like
the Blair Witch
yarn,
Project.
kind of.
100%.
Yeah.
You get it at like a craft store probably. It looks like I don't know, like string or something like that rolled up in a spindle. You unwind it and then you start tearing it apart, and it makes kindling for a fire.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You
Burns
know what we
easy.
used to use to create fire?
What, a lighter?
Because we didn't, because the enemy would see your fire and they would know where to kill you at.
Good point.
Great, thanks.
Sorry.
So, Jason,
Anyway.
what was your favorite part?
I really did like the sweat lodge a
love
lot.
you,
That was
man.
pretty intense. But just learning different stuff. Like
Yeah.
just first off, the 4 things you got to know right out the gate if you get stranded in the woods or anything. Number 1, build a shelter.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, find water.
Right.
Number 3, build a fire. And number 4, find food. So food is the last thing
Hell
on,
yeah.
Right.
on your list.
Because you can live 72 hours.
40 days without food.
Yeah.
But only like 4 days without water. So
Hell yeah.
See, I could,
And
I
And then if
could,
you want to get back, you follow the stream. Because eventually you
yep, that'll go out to
Go to the ocean.
somewhere.
go somewhere.
Hmm.
I would say water first before shelter.
Maybe.
It depended when your last time you were hydrated.
Yeah.
Again, we're getting too serious
Look,
here,
I
but
did a lot of Bear
about
Grylls.
survival.
It's interesting.
I did a lot.
We
I did
live,
a
we
lot
live in
of-
a populated
What's the one guy?
world
Survivor,
here in South
Survivor
Jersey.
Man. That dude's
Yeah.
legit. Bear Grylls is like turn the camera and he's like got a highway behind him, but the Survivor Man, that dude knows what he's talking about.
Speaking of that shit, I heard you're also a conspiracy theory dude.
I'm a conspiracy fat guy.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Look, conspiracies aren't crazy when you're just asking questions, right?
Right.
So that's what I ask. I ask a lot of questions, and people don't have the answers. And my response to a lot of stuff is that I'm not saying it didn't happen, but I question the story that was given to you.
Name one, for example.
Oh,
Like your biggest
do we
one.
really
What's your
wanna-
again? This is
do we
nothing
really
nice to
wanna
say.
go down
Should
this
I-
rabbit
This
hole?
is
Yeah.
nothing nice to say. So let's get into the one that just keeps you up at night.
You want me to kind of tell
Sure.
them like how
Yeah.
I even found that out?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So Ryan and I were at a like a work function, and we were at a country club, right? We were at a
Yes.
country club locally, and we were outside. I think you might have been smoking. I was just hanging out talking to you, and Ryan had a "I'm with her" shirt on, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So, no, so there's
Absolutely not with
so,
her.
So I'm totally kidding. So Ryan says, "You see those lines up in the sky?" And I look up, and they were just like, just like clouds, sort
Not
of.
contrails,
But they were like straight, lines, but
Cameras.
as a cloud. And he said, "Yeah, that's poison."
It's
right?
poison,
And
yeah.
I was like, "What do you mean?" And so you take it from there.
Well, I mean, so contrails and chemtrails are two different things, right? So like you can literally do research and you find companies that spray heavy metals in the air, and they say that the reason behind that is because they're trying to control climate change. They're trying to release heavy metals in the air to help strengthen the cell signals. But the way that I look at it is that every time it rains, they spray before it rains, and then all of a sudden those metals come down into the atmosphere. So
Is this
tracking this for a while.
I did. I
Yeah.
tracked it for a long time.
Is this something that they're like experimenting new
Been
with?
around for going on probably close to 10 years now.
So metal is in the air.
Barium, aluminum, and other heavy metals too.
Hmm.
It's crazy. But going back to the I'm with her thing, right? So that's not even really like conspiracy stuff. That's more like, look, I have friends that, and I mean, you probably know too, people that are on high level, like, top secret clearance.
Right.
And like,
I
you
think little
can't,
Dave's on top secret clearance.
you can't
Little Dave.
take like documents out of like a government facility and not expect to get like in trouble. Prime example.
I have a top secret. Oh, I used to have top secret.
So
clearance.
prime example. So Reality Winner.
Maybe
Seen
it's
that
just a
girl?
secret. Maybe it's just clearance.
So
It was like shh.
So there's
It
a girl,
wasn't top
Reality
secret.
Winner, that it was part of a one of the 3-letter groups that went and worked for a private company that worked with high-level security. She's in jail for 5 years because she released information a year ago that was based on Russian collusion of some sort, and bang, she's in jail. And she released like a handful of documents.
Wow.
An old girl, how many did she release? How
Old
many
girl.
things did she do?
I like that.
How
Who?
many people have gotten killed?
He said old
No,
girl.
hey, whoa. We keep it moderate here,
Woo!
mister.
Funny.
Talk about metal in the
gue-
air, pal.
He's a guest. He can talk about whatever he
Look,
wants.
I'm not trying to sit here and like talk about this for hours and days. It's just ask questions, and when people call you crazy, you might be on to something.
Have you
Dude, I
studied
wonder-
like the content of those chemicals in the rain or anything like that? Like after it rained, or do you know anybody that has?
Have not done that, but there is a really good documentary called "What in the World Are They Spraying?" It's really good. But I did keep a notebook for a very long
I think
time.
that sign is on Jim's bathroom door.
and monitored when they sprayed on, and then when precipitation was coming from the air.
Huh.
And it's always between 24 to 48 hours. When they spray heavy, it rains or snows.
Wow.
Really?
That's not
See
conspiracy.
that?
That's
See
just
that?
Well, now do you think they're
watching.
trying to cause rain, or do you think that
They know when it's going to rain.
they just know when it's going to rain, and they're spraying that? Do you think that they want it to rain after the spray
And then it comes
to
into
come
the
down?
ground, and then goes into the soil,
Uh-huh.
and then your crops grow in it, and then your water's contaminated with it.
Is that the
But-
enemy or is that the
You're saying
the
our
world?
government.
The world.
It's the they.
The
the-
And what are
The
they
infamous
trying to
thing.
accomplish by doing that?
So if you look into a thing called the Georgia Guidestones, okay, so the Georgia Guidestones
Georgia
are
Guidestones.
these pillars in Georgia that are written in, I think, 8 or 9 different languages that basically says that the perfect population is 500 million people.
Thanos. All over
It's
again.
all Thanos.
Ha ha.
Because the problem is, what people don't realize
I
is that...
disagree with that.
is
I didn't.
is
That's not.
Well, here's the problem, is that the Reality Stone is actually in the middle of the Georgia Guidestones.
Oh my god.
So don't go anywhere near there.
That's
because Thanos
crazy.
is going to
Wait,
come.
Georgia?
Yeah, with Squidward, right?
I did
Was
all my
was that guy
damn
Squidward
training in
that was like-
Georgia.
Right, was that guy Squidward that was like with Thanos and he was like trying to get the stone?
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't remember
yeah.
his name. That's funny.
But I mean, look, the way I look at it is this: is it's not for the faint of heart, and people think I'm a nut job, and I'm fine with that because you get to a point where you just say, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Dude,
Right.
we're not on here because we
I-
want normal people. We
I
want
asked-
awesome, crazy.
I ask questions, and if you really want to open up your mind, watch Loose Change.
Loose change.
Yeah, but that
You
But
son.
that
You saw
starts
that,
you. That
Jay?
starts
See,
you.
Yeah, I've seen-
Jay will battle you on this.
I've
one.
seen loose
Dave
change.
and I just tell dick
It's-
jokes and
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
But you know what?
jokes.
Loose Change is a great way
We're
to
laid back.
ask questions.
Yeah,
Dom wants
it
to
Do
say
is.
it.
your, and do your research based on the facts. And I don't agree with everything that they
I
do.
think
No,
Dominic's
I
a
don't
Russian
either,
spy
and-
myself.
Fabled Enemies is
Ain't
really
nothing
good.
wrong with that.
That's fine.
I agree with some of the
Whatever
stuff
works.
they said.
I agree. I'm in the
but
same boat. And again, that's the whole thing where it's like, I'm not telling you how it was done or who did it, but the story that was told is not true. Because there's a lot of people that...
Dom, what do you?
No, because like I mean, I always like get in very deep holes with all this stuff. Well, come back to me. I had one that I wanted to ask you about.
Great.
See if you knew anything about.
Look,
What
it all
you guys
starts.
can
It
do.
all comes back to when you do your research, and I've been down the rabbit hole a really long time, and it all comes back to aliens. It's all aliens. That's it, baby.
There was
We're
one
100%.
crazy one I heard the other day concerning aliens. I've been on an alien kick, especially lately
Great.
for some reason.
I got a book that breaks down all the
But,
different
uh,
species.
So like this is like a kind of like out of
great.
left field theory that I heard last week or something like that. But so obviously the world's like pretty crazy right now. You know, things are getting heated. So what the plan is that the government wanted Trump to get elected. he's gonna get a second term,
Okay.
so that by the end of his second term, in this scenario, the world would be like ready for World War III. At that point, they bring in this creature, alien, and they'd be like, "This is our savior," and then that's what the aliens wanted the
Yeah,
whole time.
so that's a great
Nice.
point. So I
Nice.
don't know if it's so much with the Trump involvement of it though, but you also have to realize that there's like 8 or 10 different countries that have already declassified all the UFO stuff, right?
Yeah.
You've got Space Force.
We're
that,
getting ready to.
Yeah. Well,
a
you've
lot
got
of stuff we're getting
You've
ready
got
to.
Space Force that's already good. If you
Yo,
really
I just
want,
enlisted, by the way, Space Force.
you should. It's
I
gonna be
dusted
awesome.
off my old camouflage. Can't fit in it as well, but I'm going.
Well, you got to.
Just
You'll
cut the
get
belly
there.
part
You'll get there.
I'm
Yeah.
going.
Get the belly
If
I'm
out.
you
going
re-
half top.
If you really want to get into like the alien stuff, that's really good. There's a couple really good researchers. I really like Jim Mars. Jim Mars passed away a couple years
I know
ago.
that name for some
Really
reason.
good, big old white beard. He's really good. This Disclosure Project is really good with Dr. Green. That's really awesome stuff, and they're all about making first contact. And then if you really want to go deep, deep, deep down the rabbit hole, look out for Project Camelot. They interview whistleblowers, people that have been in the inside that do everything. A lot of really good information.
What do you mean
on
they're
there.
targeting them, or you mean that
No,
they're
they,
just-
they interview those people.
Okay,
Yeah. So
Wow.
So
man, good stuff.
okay, so I got a question for you now, because this is like a little bit more of like a high profile thing regarding aliens. What do you think about Tom DeLonge and To the Stars? Like, do you follow that at all?
Tom DeLonge. Oh,
He is
From
in
Blink
Blink.
182.
you
He's
know,
got
I
that
don't-
program now, which the
Yeah.
only reason I'm buying it is because he has people with him that have like been there.
great, right? So like Tom is great, and Tom has a lot of fame, which is really good. He was
Yeah.
on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about everything at the same
Yeah.
point. And with Tom DeLonge, it's the same thing with. I feel like you just got to do the research. Same thing with Al Gore when he was pushing, which was global warming, which is now climate change, which people don't realize is that
Yeah.
Al Gore was behind one of the biggest Microsoft style like programs that was going to then be able to read everyone's footprints, and it was the software.
He's like Shield, like Hydra. He's Hydra.
He
He
is.
might be Hydra.
But
Holy
he
shit.
was on the board and one of the starting founders of a company that was the software that was going to be able to determine your carbon footprint.
So he's trying to make
So
money.
Wow.
it's like
Wow.
at the same time, and I'm not saying that that's why he's doing it, but
Crazy.
I asked the questions. It's like follow the money, follow the money.
Follow
Yeah.
money.
Right.
Who's,
Follow
pay,
the
who's
money.
paying
I mean,
for
same
that?
thing. I mean, honestly, when you look at, like, I'm always on the fence with this one, but 9/11 is a huge one.
Look,
You
those
look at
thi-
those insurances.
and I don't want to go down the deep road because I love everybody and I don't want people to like go in the comments.
But
and
you
hate
gotta
everybody.
ask questions.
But like you gotta ask questions.
Yeah.
Those
You do.
plans were declassified on Kennedy's desk to do the same plans to Cuba during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Huh.
That's declassified information.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The Bushes and the Bin Ladens were friends for a very long time.
Very long
Yeah.
New American
The
Century.
family came over here right after.
Yep. And there's a book called The New American Century that came out in the year 2000 that said in order to implement our plan, we would need something bigger than Pearl Harbor to exist. So like, follow the money. Also like, Dick Cheney. Come on, man. The guy is crazy. Like,
He shot a dude in the
he
face.
shot a dude in the face.
man.
Halliburton bought the number 2 and number
Man.
3 biggest
We're gonna be on a list.
oil refinery
after this.
companies for cleanup crews, and then like a month later, that big spill in Louisiana happened.
They
Like,
made a ton of money in the wars.
just he's
A lot of
that's what
people
he
do.
does. He's Lord of War. Watch, you ever seen Lord of
So
War? Nicolas Cage?
me
That's
being I don't
Halliburton,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I mean,
That's
you know
crazy.
from the other side, so you're knee deep in it, right?
Yeah,
so, like,
man, so I
how
was-
many times do you get orders and you're just like, I don't know if this is the correct
And
thing
I got to
do.
tell you, man. So I graduated college. So I got out of the military in '97. '97. I went to college 4 years. So I graduated September 15th in 2011. I went right to the recruiter.
2001.
I'm sorry. 9/11, 2001. Went right to the recruiter. I was like, hey, listen, what are my options? I was serving the 82nd Airborne. I was this. I was here. I was part of 2505. So what are my options? He goes, I could put you right back on the doorstep tomorrow, without going through training, without doing anything. I was
Of
like,
course, because they're ready to get everybody in.
yeah. I was like, sign me up. I'm like, let's go, man. Of course, hoorah, hoorah. It's
And they talked
but-
about doing the draft again with that shit too.
well, yeah, but we have the best volunteer military in the world,
Fucking
man.
A.
All volunteers. But he said no. I can only do 3 years. There's no 2-year option. And I'm like, man, this Afghani war, this versus
Still in there.
Taliban. I was like, it's going to be done in 6 months. There's
So-
no way. So I was like, I don't want to join for 3 years and then spend 2 years in the desert. Didn't do it. I regret not doing it because I wouldn't have fought for democracy. it's not that anymore.
Yeah.
I would have fought, like you said,
For
you and I.
passion.
I'd be like, Ryan and I. You know,
Yep.
making sure
It's
you're going to be
rock.
okay, man.
It's rock and roll, man.
You know,
I
so,
agree.
I mean, it haunts me every day. Not haunts me, but it bothers me every day that I didn't go back in.
Yeah,
But
but you did it, and
but I'm
look,
also like, hey, man, you know. It is
I
what it is.
always
It's
say,
like-
I always say that one of the worst diseases that you could ever have is woulda, coulda, shoulda. Right?
It's true.
yeah, but
All day. So
you know,
like you did it, and it was good because that will haunt you forever.
Right.
As a business owner, as an entrepreneur,
yeah,
as
of
as a volunteer, as a veteran, as whatever, you did it. You served the country because you believed in what the country stands for, and we all know what the country stands for. You know, equal rights for everybody. Speak your opinion. You know, it's what we love about where we are, and like you can't do this anywhere else. So these
Yeah,
people
man.
that are like out of their minds protesting and yelling, I am all for it. That's
Yeah,
their
hey,
right to
that's
do
your right,
it.
that's your
I might
right.
not
100% you're right.
agree
100%
with
right.
what it is, but that's what we believe in.
Well, I think we lost. I think we lost the thing of like you said, it's your right. It's okay to disagree. I think we lost that in this country.
Yeah.
I agree. So again, and not to bring up the Trump stuff or anything like that, but when the Trump era has occurred, you can't have a civil conversation with people anymore.
No.
You can't. You
Or
can't,
logical.
Or logical.
Or logical.
Because
Well-
all you got to say is when and why. And people can't answer those questions. And I want to know. Look, I'm all about it. Like, I love talking to people and saying, oh, you know what? I never thought of it that way.
Right.
That's a
Right.
really good point.
Right.
You know what? I should probably
Yeah,
do
man.
more research on that. And now if you say
I
something,
love conversation.
you're automatically anti some kind of movement. And I'm
Right.
like,
Yeah.
I'm not. I feel this way. You know, my rules are super easy, right? Stay out of my pocket. Stay out of my bedroom. Are you here legally? Do you pay your taxes? Are you an asshole?
That's good. That's a good set of
That,
rules.
That's
that
it.
last one
I
should be
like
at the top of the list.
That's it.
Yo,
And
man,
it's-
that's
and
5, right?
That's,
Great.
It's 5.
We got the 5 commandments right
And
now.
that's all it is.
I
And
like
that's
it.
how I like
We are going to make a T-shirt out of the 5 commandments.
I love it.
I love it too.
But see, like, I feel like people don't do their research in the history of the country. Like, here's a prime example, right? So, like, they don't teach people this. Washington was the president in 1789. We signed the Declaration of Independence in 1776. There's a
that
reason that John Hancock's signature is so big.
I love that
because
story. I
he
love it.
was the president of the First Continental Congress 5 times. There was 13 presidents. He was president 5 times.
I already
Damn.
signed it because he was like, they said prior to this, whoever signs this is going to be, you know, strung up for treason. It's going to the king.
Well, he's very rich.
And he was like, yeah, motherfucker. My
Exactly.
name's Johnny Hancock.
So the
Come
pro-
get me.
the
Is
thing
that not
with-
true? Because I like that
totally.
story better.
Well, no, that's the thing is that John. See, here's a great story that you should really do your research on and look at. It's a great story. Is that John Hancock and John Adams were boys. Okay,
Yeah.
John Hancock was like royalty. Came over here from England, understood from his great grandfather tyranny and how it happened, and saw an opportunity to create a new land where everybody was free. And John Adams was like the defense attorney that slept in his suit and was like, "Oh yeah, who are you? What's your case? All right, great." And like, they were like, "Dude, why the fuck?"
he
are
was
you
the Jim of the group.
hanging out.
I'll take it.
And they were like, "Dude, why are you hanging out with this guy?" And like,
Yeah.
because of them, they started the war. They started the whole war, man.
Dude, it's right down the
locked
street. I love
people they locked one or two soldiers in an outhouse and helped push the Boston Tea Party. John Adams used to write under a pen name in the local newspapers to help push the Boston Massacre, which happened, which really ignited the revolution. It's amazing.
So you're saying they're murderers, or you're saying they help democracy?
They helped democracy
Okay.
come to where it was, and because
Because
of
when I work in Philly sometimes, when I drive, I always make sure I drive by Independence Hall, and I get goosebumps to this day.
Yeah,
I'm
because-
like in that room.
Crazy, right?
So a crazy story
Crazy.
that they should really teach in schools too is, so I'm in Woodbury, and right by Woodbury is National Park. So National Park was a huge battle of Red Bank, and Red Bank is a huge part of the revolution.
We say huge here, by the way.
Huge.
Dave can't say the letter H.
So what happened?
It's with a Y. It's with a Y.
The
with a
30-second, if you go to Red Bank, if you go to National Park and you go to Red Bank Park, you look over, you see Philadelphia right across the river right there, right? And what happened is that there was a guy that was captured by soldiers. The guys thought he was sleeping. He snuck out, escaped, ran like 2.5 miles to like the Woodbury Deptford area, said, they're coming. And it was like 500 British soldiers and like 2,000 Haitian soldiers that were coming in to Red Bank to set up camp to bring in more soldiers to then go across the river and take over Philadelphia. And they didn't know that there was like 300 or 400 American soldiers on the hill waiting for them to come. And they came across the hill and they were like, surprise, motherfucker!
I didn't say that.
And they took
You
out
lying.
everybody.
I'm telling you,
And that
Cliff
was
Clavin. Cliff
Dude.
friggin'
Yeah.
Clavin.
And that was a huge battle in the history of independence for
Awesome.
America.
Hey, man. I didn't realize, too, back in the day that 1776, they just signed it, and then there was a 7-year war after that.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that
They
was
don't
it. I
teach
thought
that either.
No. So they fought for 7 more years after
That's
that.
why you're here, Ryan, to teach everybody.
Well, you also got to realize that Washington came in uniform to every meeting. And
Yeah,
he
that dude's pimp.
He was towering. He was like
Yeah,
6'3",
6'3", yeah.
6'4". He was huge. And when he ran his 2 years as the president, they wanted him to be the king. And he
Ah,
said,
right.
absolutely not. That
And
is
the
not why.
King of England was like, that dude's a beast.
Yeah. But like you also got to realize like
Because who wouldn't want to be the king?
there's so many things.
Sorry
so
to
like
interrupt you.
that's fine. I'm going tangent here, so I'm going to keep going. So like Benjamin Franklin was a huge part. Yes, he was an inventor. He did a lot of things, but he was also the liaison to France
Yeah.
that actually funded the troops in America. Because they
Yeah,
were
man.
like, "Fuck England!" Like, screw those guys, and like they helped finance our army.
So what's really awesome about this is I have a really good friend in England, who
I do too.
He came to my wedding and all that, and I gave him to my wedding in Jamaica. I gave him American flag shorts. He gave me Union Jack socks.
That's awesome.
So he listens to this. He loves it. So
great.
yeah, fuck you,
Nice.
Paul. Yeah,
My buddy's-
freedom, bro.
My buddy's name's
Yeah.
Paul. My buddy's name's Paul
That's
too in
brutal.
England.
Oh, hey. Paul
Man.
Salas?
Nope.
Oh, Cialis?
No.
Just kidding.
Paul Cialis.
See Alex.
What's that song they play for the Cialis? Right? It's like.
All right. So hey,
It's
man.
crazy stuff.
So what do you want to say to sign off here? What's your message to the world?
You know, so
Again, we want to be nothing nice to say here. Like we want to keep the bullshit here, make fun of each other, do whatever. But we want to pass on
You want to end it
love,
on a good note.
peace.
absolutely. So
Right.
you know, I'm a big proponent of energy and being nice towards people, right? And you reap what you sow, and I think that it's easy to say that be the change you want to see in this world,
Mhm.
and that can be as simple as you see a piece of paper on the ground, you pick it up and put it in a thing. I'm
That's fulfilling.
it's
like that. I
it
do that.
really is, and like prime example, and it's
How
always
about
been-
someone? Time out, real quick.
Go ahead.
How about someone who throws a cigarette butt? I pick it up and punch him in the neck.
I mean, you
No?
can do
That's
that.
a little
Okay.
You
different
could say,
strategy.
make sure you recycle.
Okay.
But I think it's like little things. It's like being more aware of your surroundings and also listening to your gut, right? So like I was in Target a couple days ago. This older woman was talking to this lady in the electronics department about how to set up Wi-Fi and all this stuff. And the girl was like, yeah. I happened to be leaving, and the woman was getting into her car, and I said, Miss, hey, just so you know, X, Y, and Z. I didn't have to do that. But like
Yeah.
the lady was like, oh my God, thank you so much. That makes life so much easier. So it's how many times I drive down the road and I see people on the side of the road with their trunk up or their tire there that I'm like, I'm just gonna stop by. I give people random rides all the time.
Well, you should
wow.
probably stop
That's
that.
scary.
I do.
Like I would recommend you stopping that.
I saw a guy get off the bus.
Unless you want reverse cowboy, because that's fucking so good.
But I mean, but you don't do it all the time.
You're gonna bleed, but
But you feel it, right? Where you hear like, pick that person up.
yeah.
You listen to that, right? So like I saw a guy that got off the bus and I was like, hey man, you need a ride? And he was like, that would be awesome. And he's like, you saved me 35 minutes.
Wow.
He's like, I get to see my kids come home from school.
Then he's like,
Ah,
how,
so
then he's
man.
like, how am I gonna pay for this?
I didn't know that, man. So it's just like, just help out.
Sorry, going the
You
other
really
way
do.
with it.
Did
Yeah.
you put it? Never mind.
Listen, if you're listening,
That
don't
was gonna
pick
be
don't pick
inappropriate.
strangers up. Ryan's
Yeah,
Ryan's
that's-
just a nice person.
It's not
Yeah.
all strangers, okay? I'm not
If
like
you have a
picking
pickup, throw him in the
I'm
back
not
of the
picking up
pickup.
like the crumb bum that's like, hey, here you go, cigarette.
Bro, you don't know anymore. You can pick me up.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
don't know.
yeah, bro,
I
you're
would
about to
never
get
pick you
fucking
up.
wrecked.
Like, look at this dad bod.
I'm like,
not
your
picking
taint's
him
about
up.
to be blown out. I'm about to put C4 on your
Speaking of that,
taint.
Ryan, you still doing your workout routine?
Still doing my workout
Good for
routine, crushing it. I'm actually running
Hashtag gym.
I'm running my first 5K tomorrow.
Yeah.
In like
Wow.
102-degree weather.
3
Wow.
miles. That sounds cool.
I figured out my breath yesterday, so that's nice. So that made it a little bit easier. Still not gonna be able to do all 3 miles.
Dude,
No
I can run
fucking way.
3 miles with my flip flops right now.
Good luck.
Challenge accepted.
You better get more. Come on. Just kidding. I can't run. My knees
Going down
are
the
garbage. My knees are complete shit. But
Well,
hey, man, it was a fucking pleasure having you on.
So what a wild ride.
When's the next
Yeah,
one,
it was a
dude?
wild
You let me
ride.
know. I'm
We
all
we
in.
have a lot
Part
more.
two,
We have a
baby,
lot
part two.
more topics to cover with you.
You'll hear from our agent.
Is
Stay-
it you?
Yeah,
No,
that'll
Dom.
be me. That'll be me.
Dom.
Dom's our agent.
Yeah,
If you
he's
don't
got-
sign on
look,
dot line, he
he's got his-
claws you in the
He's got
stomach.
his sweet ties here to keep that hair
Yeah,
off.
Don, you better be
Those-
wearing that next time.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, wipe your booty hole with
it's
those.
been again devil's titty hot in here. So whoever
Yeah.
wants a wet nap,
Pass them around.
we have those. My best gift
You know, it
ever.
would feel great for you to chug that muscle milk. That really make you feel good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
big.
warm though. It's warm.
Yeah, man, it's been an honor. This is our 4th, 5th high five.
Yeah,
Good
man.
work.
I'm a high
Yeah,
five
works.
guy.
You got it.
So, Dave, thanks for inviting this gentleman here.
You got it.
Appreciate it.
That's what a good agent does.
We have a lot more to talk to you about. We'll cover it next
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
Great.
We're just getting rolling here.
This is
Yeah,
awesome.
man. Good
So,
times. Again,
Thanks for having me.
we'll put up all Ryan's.
Can I do a plug too, real
Yeah,
fast?
man, do your
All right,
plug.
so you can like me on Instagram at wheresharb, HARB.
Where's hard?
Hashtag wheresharb.
Is there a
Come see me.
apostrophe in where's or just
Nope,
where's?
just one whole word, all one letters, whatever it is.
Awesome, man. Anything else you want to tout? Your wife's salon?
Oh yes, Studio 240. Go check her out. Get
Is
your
there a
haircut.
.com to that?
There is. Yep.
Studio240.com.
All spelled out. And South Jersey Geek Fest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Check it
that's,
out.
That's
Go
good stuff.
for it. I like that. He's the first Deadpool to break the fourth wall.
Yeah,
He
buddy.
is.
Right,
Yes,
right
he
at that
is.
camera. Love you people. You're
Yeah.
beautiful.
All right, Dom, Jay.
Like, share, and comment.
Yeah.
Good work tonight, Dom and Jay. Good
Subscribe.
stuff from you guys.
Keep this anarchy flowing. And we'll catch you next time.
Yep. Until next time.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me.
Good times. Good times.